A vast stretch of dry, brittle grass sways beneath a restless sky. The wind hisses through blackened wagon wheels and charred beams. What's left of a wagon train smolders in the dust. Burnt canvas flapping weakly, belongings scattered like bones. Buzzards wheel overhead. Their harsh cries pierce the eerie quiet. Smoke curls upward, thin as a whisper. A lone rider approaches. Evelyn Hart, mid-30s, lean, weathered by sun and solitude, reins in her horse. Her coat is patched, hat pulled low over dark braids. Her eyes, sharp, tired, scan the devastation without flinching. Close on Evelyn's face, calm, but her jaw tightens. She dismounts, boots crunching over broken wagon parts. Her gaze moves over the wreckage, bullet holes, blood stains, scattered supplies. EXT, burnt wagon, continuous. Evelyn crouches beside an overturned wagon, kicks aside a scorched blanket, finds nothing but ash. Her movements are practiced, efficient, looking for food, water, anything salvageable. But then, a faint sound, barely audible. A whimper, small, shaky. Evelyn freezes, hand instinctively on the rifle slung across her back. Another sound, soft, terrified breathing. She edges around the wagon, crouching low. Her boots disturb ash as she peers beneath the shattered frame. What she sees stops her cold. 6 children, huddled together in the shadows, pressed beneath the burned wagon like frightened animals. The oldest, a boy, maybe 12, kneels protectively over the group. His face is smeared with soot and grime, a cut on his cheek crusted with blood. He holds a toddler, no more than 2, wrapped in a filthy blanket. The other 4, ranging from maybe 4 to 10, stare wide-eyed, frozen in terror. Evelyn's face hardens. Man versus self-conflict. For a long moment, she just stands there. The voice in her head whispers, 6 mouths to feed, 6 anchors tying you down. You barely survive yourself. Her hand tightens on her rifle. She could walk away. Plenty would. But another voice, quieter, older, stirs from memory. Her husband's voice, weak with fever, from that final day. Husband VO. If we stop caring, what are we? The memory twists like a knife. Back to scene. Evelyn sighs, rough, reluctant. She crouches low, voice steady but not unkind. Evelyn, you ain't gotta hide from me, boy. I'm not here to hurt you. The oldest boy tightens his grip on the toddler. His eyes dart past her to the horse, to the rifle. Evelyn, Suanteed, what's your name? A long pause. His voice cracks, dry as dust. Luke. Evelyn, you and them all that's left. He nods, eyes glistening despite the soot. His lip quivers. Luke, they killed Mama. Took the men. Rest ran. We hid. Evelyn's jaw clenches. Her eyes flick to the distant hills. Smoke still rising faintly from where other wagons burned. Evelyn, bandits. Luke nods, squeezing the toddler tighter. The younger kids press closer to him, silent as shadows. Evelyn glances back, toward the trail. The wilderness stretches wide, indifferent, brutal, distant. Hoofbeats. Faint. Getting closer. Tension builds. Survivors? Or the bandits returning? Evelyn doesn't wait to find out. Evelyn firm low. We can't stay here. She offers her hand to Luke. Evelyn, Suanteed, come on. Luke, where? Evelyn, anywhere but here. Luke hesitates, eyes searching her weathered face. Something there. Resolve, weariness, but no cruelty. Slowly he takes her hand. EXT, burnt wagon train, moments later. Evelyn lifts the youngest child onto the saddle, her movements careful but swift. The others climb up behind. Luke keeps close to his siblings, eyes sharp, wary. Evelyn swings up onto the horse, her expression set. The hoofbeats draw nearer now. More than one rider. Without another word, Evelyn urges the horse into motion, steering away from the wreckage, toward the tree line. The horse's hooves churn dust as they disappear into the pines. The camera lingers on the smoldering wagons, charred wheels half buried in ash, shattered trunks and broken crockery scattered like discarded dreams. And in the distance, faint shadows moving through the smoke. A thick canopy of pine blots out the moon. The forest hums with uneasy quiet. Distant owl calls, branches groaning under the wind. A small fire crackles, weakly beneath a crude lean-to made from branches and blankets. Evelyn Hart kneels by the fire, stirring a pot of thin broth. Her face is drawn, shadows under her eyes, lines carved deeper by fatigue. The 6 children sit huddled together, silent. Fear lingers in their wide eyes, like smoke. The youngest, a toddler with fever-flushed cheeks, coughs weakly, his chest rattling with each breath. Evelyn's hand trembles as she wrings out a damp cloth and presses it to the boy's forehead. Luke, the oldest, 12, sits apart, sharpening a stick with a pocket knife, watching her suspicious, protective of his siblings. The faint howl of wolves echoes through the trees. Evelyn stiffens. Her eyes flick to the rifle resting beside her. EXT, forest edge later. Evelyn moves quietly among the trees, gathering what little dry wood she can find. Her eyes dart constantly, senses sharp. Her boot brushes something. A faint track in the dirt. Human. Fresh. She straightens slowly, scanning the shadows. The wind sighs through the trees. Someone's following them. EXT campsite night. The fire burns low. The children sleep, curled in their thin blankets. Evelyn sits near the fire, rifle across her lap, eyes heavy with exhaustion but unwavering. A faint crack of a twig. She tenses, slowly rises to her feet, shoulders squared. From the darkness, a figure emerges. Malakai, late 30s, tall, lean, rugged. Half-Shoshone. His black hair is tied back, bow slung across his shoulder, hunting knife at his hip. His expression is calm, unreadable. His eyes gleam sharp as flint in the firelight. Evelyn levels the rifle at him. Evelyn, keep walking. Malakai raises his hands, non-threatening, voice low and steady. Malakai, if I meant harm, you'd never have seen me. Evelyn doesn't lower the gun. Malakai, Suentide, those kids won't last 2 days out here. His gaze shifts to the sleeping children. The youngest coughs weakly in his sleep. Malakai, Suentide, storm's coming. Wolves won't wait long. Worse things than them lurk when folk get desperate. Tension builds. Man versus man. Evelyn's jaw clenches. The scars of the frontier run deep. Settlers, natives, land stolen and blood spilled. Trust is a rare currency. Evelyn, I ain't a skin for help. Malakai's expression remains unreadable. Malakai, no, but they need it. A tense silence. The wind shifts, carrying the scent of rain. Evelyn's eyes flick to the shivering children. Her resolve wavers. EXT forest. Moments later. The fire burns brighter now. Malakai kneels beside the toddler, his hands deft, checking the fever. He produces a leather pouch of herbs from his pack. Evelyn watches, wary but letting him work. Luke. Who is he? Evelyn. Someone who knows how to stay alive. Malakai mixes herbs with water, gently pressing the concoction to the child's lips. The boy stirs, his breathing easing slightly. Gradual bonding, backstory revealed. As they work, conversation flows, cautious, clipped. Malakai speaks little, but enough. His family was driven off their land during border disputes. Settlers took more than dirt. They took lives. He doesn't trust easily. But children left to die? That ain't the world he'll accept. Evelyn listens, guarded. She offers little of her own, until the walls crack. Evelyn, My husband, gone near a year now. Sickness. Ranch dried up after. Nothing left but ghosts. Malakai nods. Quiet understanding passing between them. EXT forest. Storm approaches. The wind howls louder. Trees sway, branches creaking. Thunder rumbles. Malakai's gaze rises to the sky. Malakai. Storm's here. Evelyn moves swiftly, helping him fortify the lean-to with branches and tarps. They stack rocks to brace the shelter. The children whimper, Luke holding his siblings close. Wolves howl, closer this time. Evelyn grabs her rifle. Malakai draws his bow. They exchange a brief glance. No words needed. EXT forest. Later that night, rain lashes the camp. Thunder cracks overhead. The fire sputters, but holds. Beyond the faint firelight, eyes gleam in the shadows. Wolves. The beasts pace the perimeter, hunger burning in their yellow eyes. Evelyn's heart pounds. She raises the rifle. Malakai knocks an arrow. The wolves test the edges of the light, growling low. But the fire, the weapons, the storm, it keeps them at bay. For now. Int. Shelter. Post-storm. Piaridon. The rain softens. The wolves vanish into the mist. The children sleep, huddled safe. The toddler's fever breaks, his breathing steadier. Evelyn sits by the fire, exhausted but awake. Malakai crouches nearby, sharpening his knife. A quiet moment. Evelyn's defenses lower, her voice raw with vulnerability. Evelyn, when I found them, part of me wanted to ride on. A pause. Evelyn suinteed. I was empty, drifting. Then I saw them, saw what was left of them. Couldn't walk away. Malakai's eyes soften slightly. He says nothing, just nods, the faintest ghost of understanding passing between them. The forest settles into uneasy quiet. Together, strangers, scarred by loss, carrying burdens heavier than their packs. They sit in silence. But the fire holds. The children breathe. And for the first time in a long time, neither Evelyn nor Malakai feel entirely alone. That a crooked sign sways in the wind. Broken bluff, trading post and saloon. The settlement sprawls like an afterthought. Rough wooden buildings clinging to the edge of the wilderness. A livery saloon, trading post, and scattered cabins. Muddy streets. Suspicious eyes watching every newcomer. Evelyn, Malakai, and the 6 weary children ride in under the burning sun. Their arrival doesn't go unnoticed. Whispers ripple through the street. Townsperson 1 VO. She's got orphans. Townsperson 2 VO. Look at him. Sickly. Diseased, maybe. Townsperson 3 VO. That Shoshone tracker with her. Trouble, that one. Evelyn keeps her chin high, but her jaw tightens. Malakai rides behind her. Expression unreadable. Bow slung across his back. EXT. Trading post. Moments later. Evelyn helps the children down. Their small faces pale, eyes wide with uncertainty. Luke stays close to his siblings, protective as ever. The trading post owner eyes them warily, but accepts coin for bread and basic supplies. EXT. Main Street, same time. From the saloon porch, Garrick Shaw, late 40s, wiry, mean-eyed, chews a toothpick as he watches them. His face hardens with recognition. Close on Shaw's eyes, narrowing as they land on the children. His men, rough cattle hands with guns at their hips, exchange looks. Shaw. Well, look what the wolves dragged in. Tension builds. EXT. Doctor's cabin, shortly after. Dr. Alden, mid-50s, gruff but fair, examines the youngest child as Evelyn and Malakai stand nearby. The room smells of herbs and smoke. Medical tools clatter softly on a table. Dr. Alden. Fever's broke, but they'll need real rest, real food. You done, right, bringing them in, but... His eyes flick toward the window, toward the saloon down the street. Dr. Alden, suinteed. Shaw's men own this place after dark. Don't expect the law to lift a finger. Evelyn exchanges a glance with Malakai. His expression doesn't change, but his hand lingers near the knife at his belt. EXT. Livery stables, night falls. The town settles into uneasy quiet. Lanterns flicker. Shadows stretch across the muddy street. Evelyn checks the saddlebags. Malakai tends to the horses. The children sleep inside the doctor's cabin. For now, safe. Footsteps approach. Slow, deliberate. Garrick Shaw and 4 of his men fan out near the livery. Shaw. Thought I recognized them brats. Loose ends runnin' round like ghosts. Evelyn straightens. Hand near her rifle. Evelyn. They ain't your problem no more. Shaw chuckles, low mean. Shaw. No, ma'am. They're a problem. 'Cause they seen what they wasn't supposed to. And you, talking in strays. You got a death wish. Or just soft in the head. Malakai steps into view, silent as a shadow. Bow in hand. Arrow knocked. Shaw's men stiffen. Shaw, Suanteed. Half-breed tracker with you, too? You really collectin' all kinds of charity cases, ain't ya? Tense beat. The street holding its breath. Evelyn. Walk away, Shaw. Shaw. Or what? You got 6 orphans to hide behind? You ain't walking out of here. Guns drawn. Showdown erupts. Shaw's men pull iron. Evelyn dives behind barrels, rifle leveled. Malakai moves like a ghost, slipping into the shadows. Gunfire cracks through the street. Evelyn fires. Her shot clips one of Shaw's men, sending him sprawling. Malakai's arrows whisper through the dark. 2 more men drop to their knees, groaning. Horses rear in the livery. Townsfolk peek from windows, eyes wide, whispers growing. Shaw. End this. He charges toward Evelyn. Gun raised. Malakai steps from the shadows, bowstring taut. Looses an arrow. It thuds into Shaw's shoulder, spinning him to the ground. Townsfolk emerge now, boldness blooming. Some cheer. Shaw's remaining men retreat into the saloon shadows. EXT. Main Street aftermath. Shaw lies in the mud, bleeding, teeth gritted in pain. His eyes burn with hate as Malakai retrieves his arrow calmly. Dr. Alden pushes through the onlookers. Dr. Alden takes guts and a heart to stop for them kids. Not many left with either. The crowd murmurs, suspicion easing, respect blooming in cautious faces. Evelyn's shoulders ease, but her eyes never leave Shaw. EXT town edge dawn. The sun creeps over the hills, gold and crimson bleeding across the sky. The children, still weary but safe, sit beside packed saddlebags. Malakai adjusts his bow. Evelyn checks supplies. Luke approaches, hesitant. Luke, you really talking us with you? Evelyn crouches beside him, gaze soft but steady. Evelyn, I ain't much for speeches, kid, but we stick together now. That's how we survive. Malakai gives a subtle nod of agreement. The group mounts up. EXT, outskirts of Broken Bluff, moments later. As they ride away, the town shrinks behind them. The land stretches vast and untamed ahead, uncertain, dangerous but not empty. Emotional close. Evelyn glances at the 6 children. Their eyes, once hollow with fear, hold cautious hope. Her voice, soft but sure. Evelyn, I thought saving them would be the hardest thing. She looks to Malakai, to the open road. Evelyn, Suanteed, turns out it saved me too. In a land where the weak are left behind, sometimes saving others is how we save ourselves. If this story stirred something in you, like, subscribe, and share your thoughts below. The frontier remembers those stubborn enough to care.